These are the top 5 objections that the police will have when you go to them to file your complaint and to get an FIR registered. First and foremost, they will look at the amount of delay. Even if there is a delay of a day or 2 days, let alone a few weeks or a few months, they will say, because of this delay, now registration of your FIR is impossible. You have to tell them that it is extremely illogical on their part to not accept a complaint. The complaint must be taken and FIR must be registered if the offense is a cognizable one. The delay does not matter. The delay is something which will be for the courts of law to consider, not the police. The next objection that the police will have is, you have an alternate remedy in law. Why don't you avail of it? Majority of the times, if there is any sort of case of cheating or criminal breach of trust or any of the ancillary offenses arising out of commercial transactions, the police will say, but this is a civil dispute. We cannot do anything in this matter. And you have to explain to them that there might be a civil angle involved in it. But the jurisprudence of this country, the law of the land is very, very clear. 420, 406, 420 being cheating, 406 being criminal breach of trust, forgery on a lot of occasions punishable with section 468 and 471 of the Indian Penal Code. They are all situations where you as the victim have the right to lodge your police complaint and demand that the police investigate into the offense that you allege the accused person has committed against you. Another example that comes to my mind is on a couple of occasions when female clients of mine have gone to the police to report workplace sexual harassment or outright molestation. In those situations, the police say, but no, you have your POSH committee, Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act Internal Complaints Committee. You must go and file your complaint over there. We cannot help you over there. And the same logic you have to give to the police here as well. These are both alternate remedies. I can choose to avail either of them, both of them, or none of them. Right now, I am insisting that you register my complaint. The next objection that the police will throw your way is, what proof do you have? Now, if I go with a sexual harassment allegation, or if I go with an allegation of, say, maybe me being punched on the face, or me being, or theft taking place, the police will say, proof kya hai? How can we register your case when there is no proof in the matter? You have to explain to them that your statement to the police is good enough proof in itself. You do not need to tender any other proof. Of course, if you have any other proof, it helps. Or if you have proof which is in the hands of the accused person, you have to explain to the police that it is their job to track down the accused person, recover the proof from them, and build the case against the accused person. The next thing that the police will do is tell you to give your statement in writing there at the police station itself. I have seen this happen so many times that a client will take help from a lawyer like me and write a properly drafted complaint highlighting all of the allegations and then presents it before the police. On a lot of occasions, people have come to me and told me that we gave in writing to the police, or we typed it out, we printed it, we signed it, we gave it to the police, but the police insisted that you must sit here in the police station itself and write down your complaint without looking at the written complaint that you have gotten. Here, you have to explain to the police that this is not some rote memory learning competition. I sat down in my house with a calm mind and narrated all the facts that I want to point out in my written complaint. It is your responsibility to reproduce the contents of my complaint into the FIR which you are supposed to register. You cannot have me memorize my complaint or to sit down with you and write down in my own handwriting facts given a little twist and a little bit of peppering by you. That will ultimately spoil my case, and I do not want that to happen. And on a side note, this is the reason why police officials do this. They will on a lot of occasions take your written complaint and then deliberately at that point itself make you again write your grievance, and there will always be a little bit of dissimilarity, perhaps some omission, perhaps some addition, and then the police will hand it over to the accused person if they've taken a bribe, perhaps, or if they want, if they've taken a bribe. And in that kind of a situation, the accused person can guarantee himself an acquittal because of the discrepancies in the two statements given to the police at the time of registration of the FIR. And the next and the last thing that the police will do to you, which is something which they will almost always do, is that they will not give you an acknowledgement of the complaint that you have submitted to them. On a lot of occasions, you go to the police, you say, I've been cheated, or I've been robbed, or anything else for that matter. The police will say, all right, you give us your complaint, we will investigate into the offense, and we will update you in the future. The difficulty is, if you go and you wait for a couple of weeks, on a lot of occasions, there could be a counter case registered against you by the accused person, especially if it's a commercial transaction. Or if you go after a week or 10 days or 15 days, the police will say, we have no record of your complaint. Because even if you go to the court of the magistrate to direct the police to register an FIR, even then, as has happened with me as well, the police will say, but we have not received any copy of complaint over here. So what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to demand that the police give an acknowledgement of the date, the time, and of course the stamp of the police station on a photocopy of the complaint that you are submitting to the police. If you do not do that, you will suffer the consequences, where the police will say at a much later date that no such complaint exists in our records because nothing was given to us. Now, if the police refuse to give you an acknowledgement of the complaint that you are submitting to them, in that kind of a scenario, I would say click a picture of the complaint that you are filing before them, and then email a copy of that picture, or just email the photographs, or make it a PDF and email it to the concerned DCP or Superintendent of Police office. Majority of the times, at least in Delhi NCR, I have seen that all of these details, these email addresses are available online on the websites of the concerned state's police department. These are some of the impediments that I have seen the police put in your way when you go and try to get your FIR registered. There are many other things which can come up, which have come up on a very case-to-case basis, but they've happened very few times for me to kind of talk about them in a general video. But by and large, these are the biggest objections, the biggest challenges that you will face. I wish you the best of luck.